Good evening, all, and welcome to the Tactical Devils. I'm your host, Jarvis Cocker, and with me tonight I have Stu Wally as my co-host. So tonight we are going to cover the latest news on Ole Gunnar Solskjær. Uh, as I'm a Norwegian guy, it's big news for me, and there are some strong rumors that he will come in as the new interim with Carrick and Jonny Evans, Fletcher, and they will build a team of coaches and help us through the rest of the season. So Stu and I will cover the latest news. We will talk about it. We will also do a tactical preview of the Burnley game that's tomorrow, and talk a little bit about Fletcher's press conference. And we have to talk more about Ruben Amorim. I know it's been talked to death now the last 24 hours, but there are wild updates, rumors, Wilcox is sacked, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, but I think it's mostly BS. I see a lot of people have tuned in already. So guys, girls, do us a favor, smash the like, subscribe if this is your first time on the Tactical Devils, and Stu and I will be back after this short intro. All is at the wheel. Tell me how good does it feel? We get Rashford, Pogba, and Fred. Are we going to sing that again? Do you think that the Old Trafford crowd will sing the Ole Gunnar Solskjær song again and again and again?
Do you know what? I would say more than likely. We don't know. There's various IDKs, we'll call them, saying that it's already done. Do you know what? You never know with this club, do you? You just don't know. Would be a good fit, or would it be a good fit actually between now and the rest of the season? Probably. But what do you do in terms of player recruitment? Who do you base it on? Do you base it on the new manager coming in? Do you base it on Ollie? As Ollie turned around and says, I can get the best out of this squad. I don't know, buddy. I just don't know. But for you, I'm hugely excited because I know we all love Ollie. We really do. And you've been talking about it for a while. And I know it's your Ronaldo moment again, isn't it? But I think word of warning to everybody, by the way, you're going to see a completely different Ole Gunnar Solskjær to what we saw when he was managing the club. He's not going to come here and dick about. He's going to come in and there's going to be some big problems for these players, I would suggest.
Do you think he will smile?
I think he will smile on the outside. I think he's going to be pretty pissy and upset on the inside. And I think the players will be hoping that maybe he comes or Darren Fletcher stays. But I think there's going to be some big problems for these footballers. The other thing is, it looks like City are heavily investing in the January window with Semenyo, and possibly they're trying to get Gay, aren't they? We cannot stand still. So it'll be interesting to see whether Ollie's come in and said, look, I'll come in, but you've got to get me 2 midfielders, or you've got to do this, or you've got to do that. I don't know. I would imagine we'll probably know after Wednesday, maybe Thursday, Friday, because I don't think they will consider, upsetting the apple cart between now and Wednesday night, because apparently they're all smiles in training today, supposedly.
Yeah. Well, who knows? When everything goes wrong, the only thing that's left is you can put on a smile. We are in a tough situation. We are in the beginning of January 2026. The season moves on. We can't look back. Yeah. It's all about doing the best that we can. And we have a game coming on tomorrow against Burnley.
Tomorrow, 8:15.
Yeah. So, the only thing we can hope for now, the best thing that can happen right now is 3 points us getting into top 4 fight and giving ourselves a fair chance to qualify for the next year's Champions League, because this is where the money is, and for us to have a slight hope of Ineos and the Glazers going in and actually paying up some money to sign players. I think Champions League is what we need. It's another 100 million in the books, and we know that. We have a super chat coming in from Bilal, the legend. I am Titanium, coming in and say, Ineos are just like the Glazers. We paid 10 million to hire Amarim. Now we have to pay 10 million to get rid of him, and all these redundancies just to piss away 20 millions. Yes, basically right. 2 years wasted, or 18 months wasted with Amarim at the wheel. And we are pissing money away. 10.4 on Ten Hag, 4 million to get Ashworth in, 5 million to get him out, 10 million to get Amarim in, 10 million to get him out. And if you add the coaching staff, we are talking about 28, 27, 28 million, according to Romano yesterday. So, money flies.
I'll tell you what, if you're coach at Manchester United and you're earning 4 or 5 million quid, depending on how it was split between them, then fucking hell, Jesus, fair play. That's great work if you can get it. Like, superb work, isn't it? So I don't know.
No. But again, thank you, Bilal.
That's absolutely brilliant. I don't think we know what we're doing as a club anymore. I really don't. I think getting Ole back in, it's good. I mean, he's come out supposedly and said he'd do it for free, didn't he? He'd do it for no money. I just want to help the club get back.
No, it's not working for free.
No, to help the club get back, then get rid of these fucking idiot owners. Just get rid of the lot. Because we as fans would do a way better job. We haven't got any money. We can't give them any money. But we would do a way better job of running this football club than these fucking idiots that we've got in charge at the moment. It really is problematic. And we were talking about it a while ago, a couple of years ago. It can't keep being the manager, and it can't keep being the manager. The whole club is just rotten to the core, absolutely rotten to the core, and players are allowed to get away with it. Directors are allowed to get away with it. Coaching staff are allowed to get away with it, but the manager isn't. And somewhere along the line, it's got to change. This whole the manager who's responsible for everything has got to change, and more responsibility needs to come at board level, Jason Wilcox's level. I mean, reports have come out today that Wilcox said, I'm a coach at heart. I just want to interfere. Well, fuck you doing as a sporting director then? You shouldn't be a sporting director. The idea is you're there to, assess the team, but, suggest the players, suggest the formation. You're not there to interfere with everything. So it's really, really strange what's going on. I can't quite believe we're talking about Manchester United again in this way.
Yeah. Stu, but I will front an idea when it comes to Ole. I was thinking about us having a discussion about this in 10-15 minutes time, but let's just start with it. Let's say Ole comes in as the caretaker, interim manager, guy who stays at the job for the next couple of months, and things go well. We hire a new manager. Would you in the future see us, for example, sacking a guy like Wilcox and bringing Ole in as part of the leadership team, the director of football, or some sort of role in the leadership of Man United, like the culture builder of the club or something? Do you think he could do a job?
Yeah, I do. I really do. I think you've got to get rid of this Jason Wilcox nonsense, and you've got to get somebody who knows what they're doing in that position. You really do. Somebody put online the other day, actually, what the team could look like if Solskjaer had got his players, and for the amount of money that we spent on Hoyland and Sesko.
Bellingham, Rice.
Yeah, Rice was the only expensive one at 100 mil. The rest was, Bellingham was 20. Although Jude was never coming, by the way, I can tell you that for nothing.
Well, if we never considered Man United, why did he go to Old Trafford and meet all the
He
players?
considered it, but he was always going
Yes.
to Dortmund. I mean, I can't tell you that. He was always going to Dortmund. But anyway, that's another thing. That's another story.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was brilliant. Haaland for £4 million, Casado for £5 million. I thought it was fucking brilliant. You know what Ollie wanted and how he picked. So I thought that was interesting. But ultimately, we're in a situation now where if we don't start removing the people that are hiring these managers, then we're just going to run into more and more and more and more and more problems. So in 2 years' time, so I would agree with you. The message should be to the new manager that whoever comes in, you are going to have somebody like an Ollie or a Michael Carrick is going to be your number two, or he's going to be your conduit between you and the board, and that's it. Simple as that. Because we have to have this. We can't just allow these people to bring their own coaches in, just like, with no club knowledge. And I think Amorim's really suffered from that, no club knowledge. So it's going to be hugely interesting. Like really, really.
You care to read out Trevor Way? Big up, Trev. Good to see you. Read out his comment.
Almighty above. Ali coming in is an embarrassment. Done nothing at Cardiff, nothing at United, nothing at Besiktas. Failure as a manager, and that's what we are doing looking backwards. Trev, I think, for interim, I think it's okay. You put in Ollie, you put in Carrick, or you put in Fletcher. I don't think it necessarily matters.
Johnny Evans.
Johnny Evans, I think I said last night, we'll probably go in and coach. Oh, no issue with that. No issue with Johnny Evans. But you do need somebody of note to be this conduit between, and he's got to know. And it needs, in many ways, it could really needs to be somebody like, I hate to say it, Gary Neville, who's got a knowledge of Manchester United, but knowledge of football and a knowledge of business. Yes, somebody will come back at me. He's sacked 8 managers in, I don't know, 4 seasons or whatever. Yeah, he has, but there's a lot of ifs, buts, and maybes that are attached to our club at the moment. That's a real problem for us.
Yeah. A lot of people have tuned in now. We are 63 people watching the show right now. And guys, girls, do us a favor, smash the like and subscribe if this is your first time. But most of you been at the channel so many times before, it's your mates and pals in this chat, and Stu and I. But we have Danny B coming in saying, big up crew. I'm way behind on the chat, by the way. We have Mick Ruby. Big up, Mick. I hope you're well. It comes in and say, I don't know about you guys, but I feel this club is done. Back to square one, rinse and repeat. And yeah, we talked about it yesterday. It's a lot of rinse and repeat when it comes to Man United. We seem to never being able to stick to the plan. We always pull the emergency brake and start over again. And again, we did it with Amorim, and now we are going with an interim and rinse and repeat. We start all over again in the summer with a fresh new manager. So Stu, what's your comment to mix?
Look, I've been talking about rinse and repeat for 5 years, pal. You know I have. I've been talking about it. I said to you when Ollie was, going to get the boot, which we all saw coming. What's the point? We're going to be having the same issues in 2 years' time. Like we did with Ten Hag, 2.5. I said after Ten Hag, we're going to have the same issues in 2 years' time, and it's 18 months this time. It's even fucking less than what Ten Hag got. So Ollie on 3, Ten Hag 2.5, 18 months for Amorim. Glasner comes and he gets 28 days. Now, there's a film franchise, isn't there? 28 days later, 28 months later, or whatever, 28 years later, 28 fucking years, no chance. So the board's got to make a big decision somewhere along the line. Those morons that are running our football club have got to make a big fucking decision and start acting like people who want to finish in the Champions League, want to win the Premier League, want to win the Champions League, want to win the FA Cup, want to win every trophy available. And I'm telling you now, we are not going anywhere with these fucking idiots in charge of this club. We just aren't, because And a question to the devilish tacticos as well, by the way. What are we going to be talking about in 2 years' time? If, say, Glasner comes in the summer and in 2 years' time, how are you going to feel if we're having the same conversation where we want another interim manager? I'd love to know, guys, what you really do think. Because for me, I don't want it anymore. I know, not many of you like Tamarin. I get it. I just stuck with him for fucking 5 years, pal. I just would have. I would have, because what are we doing, Joe, my old mate? What are we doing?
That's the thing. I don't know, but yesterday before we did our show, I went back and I went on United Real Therapy with Nuruddin and Boumbaye and all of those guys. We did a show on the day Amarim was announced as the new manager, and we gave our thoughts, and my thoughts was exactly what you're saying now. There's only one way for Amarim to succeed. They need to back him and back him fully for at least 3 years. They got to back him financially. They got to back him with players. They got to back him towards all the journalists, all the vultures that will be there, try to drag him down and all of this. But it didn't happen. And this is, the new manager. Ancelotti can come in. Maresca can come in. De Zerbi can come in. Glasner can come in. Who knows? But we know how the story will end, because I don't trust the board. All their big decisions have been wrong since they came. Ineos, when it came to Ten Hag, when it came to Dan Ashworth, when it came to Amarim, all the big decisions have been wrong, and they have proved to us that they are not competent. So the next manager they will bring in, I think we will see the same patterns. They will hype him up. The British media will hype him up. We as fans will hype him up. When things start to go bad, we will drag him down, and everybody will do so, till the point where the board and the management, the leadership in the club will sack him and rinse and repeat, and we go again. And, it's not a recipe for success. This is not how we move forward as a club, because we are at a stage now where we can't compete with Manchester City, PSG, Real Madrid, Liverpool, even Chelsea when it comes to the financial part of the game. So we have to do better in something else than finances. We have to have a steady ship. We have to have a clear plan, and we need to follow through when things get tough. Because, it's not a dance on roses leading a team in the 2 seasons, 3 seasons. We will have downwards trajectories. We will have times we will lose maybe 5 out of 10 games. Things will go against us. So what do we do then? What do we do then when we have emotional idiots like Ratcliffe?
Before we go any further, mate, we give Grace Sheridan a big devilish tacticos and tactical devils hug. Bless you, my darling. I hope you're fine, because that's what we're here for. And everybody in the chat, send your love to Grace. I hope you're okay, and I hope me and Jarvis can cheer you up a little bit. And just for you, the god that is Diego Dolo, just for Grace.
And also, she contributed with a super chat on the day she banged her head on the ice. Grace, you got to be careful. You got to be careful.
You have. Yes.
I know everything when it comes to. I fell on my shoulder on the ice and I broke my collarbone. I couldn't play football for more than like the first 3 months. It was terrible, and I played, and I felt it like for 6 months. It's not good. And even now, today, I can't even carry like a heavy backpack or do more than 100 push-ups, and then I start to feel pain in my shoulder. So Grace, be careful, take care, and don't slip on the ice. But I hope you are feeling better. She comes in and say, Ole at the wheel, and we gonna win the league. Can you imagine if something like that happens?
I mean, that would be amazing. Ole comes in, Jarvis, and we win the league. By the way, fellow collarbone breaker.
Ooh.
I popped this one playing Kiss Chase when I was 8 years old. I was chasing Emma Smith along the football pitch, and I fell over And I went down like that, and I got back up, and my shoulder hurts. I had to go to hospital and have it done. So I know exactly what you mean with
Did
the
you
old.
pop it back, or did you just break it?
No,
Or
they had to take me to hospital.
oh.
But Emma Smith, she got away. I couldn't believe it. She was the top girl as well. Very, very nice.
Yeah.
8 years old kiss chase. Not a teacher.
But rumors has it, the story says it, you didn't cry.
No, God, please, no. Start young. Pain. What pain? I think my lip came out. I think my bottom lip came out. I was like that. I was
like, snap out of it.
Wait, I was Jason. You get back here. Put a smacker on there. Come on. That's what I should have said. Anyway, so that's true. It's a true story. True story.
Yeah. Nice. I love that story. So many people have tuned in. Sorry if I missed any of your comments.
3 months member. Just bear with us 1 sec. See if I can get it in. Tom Porter. Here we go.
Yes.
Tom Porter. Oh no, me and you again. Big up. Yeah, big up, Tom. Yeah, big up.
Big up, Tom, our traveler. He just arrived from Madrid, doing some.
Yes, he is. Yes,
some R&R.
Yes, absolutely. And Sean comes in. Absolutely, there's no time for bleeding. Bleed on the go. Absolutely, I totally agree with that. Totally agree with it.
Oh, Helge comes in and say Romano just retweeted his Ole tweet 1 minute ago. And by the way, thank you for the segue. This is the Ole tweet that Fabrizio Romano came out with today. Ole Gunnar Solskjær and Manchester United advance in positive talks over caretaker manager role. As revealed yesterday, Ole wants the job and he is a serious candidate with talks well underway. And, this is from none other than Fabrizio Romano, who used to be a tier 1 journalist. Not that I trust him completely. I'm more in the Ornstein camp when it comes to reliable journalists at the moment. But, if you go to Twitter, let's just go to Twitter and I will show you guys. So let's see. This is my feed. I will just randomly scroll through it. Oliver Glasner, Roberto Di Serbi are understood to be early contenders for the Man United full-time job. So we are linked to both of them. NB and transfers, MUFC, that's Romano, all but done with Ole 36 minutes ago. Center Devils, Ole has the support of the senior Manchester United players and some high-profile club legends, according to Ben Jacobs and Alex Crook. Also, we see Solskjær gets the interim role at Manchester United. We hope he will be made a permanent manager again and in time. Well, I don't know that, Jamie Jackson. I think you are telling lies again. But
he's telling lies there. Ollie's not daft. Ollie's not daft. He knows this is an interim only. Does he bring in, though, his best mate, Roy Keane?
I wish we could have Roy Keane, someone has to smack these guys around in the locker room, for not. Yeah. And even Manchester United's talk with Ole Gunnar Solskjær camp are advancing. So again, this is the only thing that's on Twitter at the moment. Ole is apparently coming back into the job. And, me as a Norwegian, I'm hoping that we can see Ole again. I felt that he left on bad terms. And, as the club legends, he gave us the Champions League winner in the 1999 Champions League final, and we will never forget that one. And for me, Ole was a big hero for me growing up. I understand people are critical for him as a manager, but I hope that he can come in, be the interim for the remainder of the season, and that's it. And he will leave on good terms, and he will ride into the sunset and become the hero again that he once was for most Man United fans. But I don't want him as a permanent manager. I don't think he's the right person to get us back into title contenders and winning Champions League. But I think he still have a role to play for this club.
Look, it's when you get an interim manager, you're not likely to get Rangnick back, are you? So that was never going to happen. Oh yeah, Rangnick's come out and said we should be going after this manager, didn't he, today? And I can't quite remember what it was. He's made it quite clear he should be our top choice. Anyway, before we go any further, Volpt, member for 4 months, and he would like to see 4-3-3 wingers or 4-4-1-1, whoever comes in. Yeah, absolutely. We would like a bit of attacking flair. I think Ollie goes to a 4-3-3 for definite. Be interesting to try and pick Fletcher's first team a bit later on.
We will do the Burnley preview afterwards. Yeah. So guys, stay tuned. Wolves, thank you for the membership chat. And I agree with you. I think 4-3-3, 4-4-1-1, 4-4-2. Is the way we have to move forward. But I had a thought on this today, Stu. And playing the regular systems means we need to have quality. Okay, we simplify things for the players. They will know how to play the system, and they will be able to perform it to a certain extent. But the problem is when we meet other tactical astute managers, and not only our Peps and Klopps and all the Slots and all the guys in the top, but you have to meet players like David Moyes and people who's been around the block for several years, and they will know how to set up a team to defend against us. So we have to then rely on individual brilliance and quality. And this is where my skepticism comes into this, simplifying the game. Because, okay, we have Cunha, we have Mbeumo. Who else? Maybe Bruno.
I think Ollie's going to be hugely pragmatic. As well as I think he's going to add a lot more flair to us. I think he's going to unleash Cunha from the wide 10 and push him probably behind Sesko, because I think that's where Cunha would operate best. Before anyone says that's kind of Bruno's role, absolutely. Stick Bruno out as a wide 10, push Cunha in as an 8. I think he operates there brilliantly, in my opinion. He's going to, within that, Ollie's remit, by the way, is likely to be everybody. We want you to come in and hold the fort till the summer, but we need you to put a plan out where you think everything needs changing. What needs changing? You need to tell us. So I think it's going to be a twofold. And that's maybe the reason Carrick comes in alongside him as well, and maybe Fletcher stays within that group as well, so they could all, talk about areas that have got to be done. But for me, unleashing Cunha, and we've seen him in flashes, haven't we, Jarvis? Wolsey was abysmal. Let's be honest. Tried too hard though, and Rob Edwards, you make a great point, really. Is he talking about managers you don't think have got any tactical nous? Rob Edwards hasn't really got any tactical nous apart from 3 pairs around Cunha all the time. What happened? Fucking snuffed the whole of our attack out in one hit. Whether we think that's brilliant or not, that's exactly what he did. So getting in Mbeumo, for me, you've got to switch Ahmad or Mbeumo. You have to. Don't like them on the same side. I've been very critical about that all season. It just doesn't work for me. But could you put Dorgu in behind Mbeumo? Probably not, because I think Dorgu is going to want to take up the Mbeumo space. But I've been watching Mbeumo as well. I don't know if you've been watching any of the AFCON. I know a lot of the devilish tacticos have. And he gets more freedom with Cameroon. And again, he plays very well in behind rather than more the wider. When he's not doing your wing-back role, Jarvis, let me be clear about this. I'm not talking about the wing-back role that you like him in. I think him and Cunha in behind Sesko like that, as a private, fucking brilliant. I mean, it would be so dangerous for us. So I would like to see us not utilise Cunha and Mbeumo wide, but push them in, almost the top of a Christmas tree. If it's a flat Christmas tree, if one for the better phrase.
So a 4-3-3 with narrow number 10s.
Yes, narrow 10s. Yeah, I don't want them out wide.
But then you have to have number 8s who like to go wide, or you have to rely on fullbacks who can bomb on all.
Correct. But when you're into a defensive transition, all you do is drop the 2 in, which they can do, and we become a nice 4 if we want to be, or something along those lines. So that's what I would like. I think, look, Mount has probably cooked his goose with me for being injured again.
Yeah,
I was prepared to give Mount, a big chance, but I can't get there anymore. And I think Ole is going to be very pragmatic, but add a lot of flair to the group. And I think we are going to see a performance that's going to piss everybody off on Wednesday night. We're going to go to Burnley and beat them 3-0 or 4-0. We just know we are, and it's going to annoy us all. It really is. Fletcher's going to go with 4 at the back. We know this as well. And it just depends what he does. He said he got a couple of injured players back, I heard, in his press conference. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I believe he did.
Well, Bruno and Mount could be back. Well,
this is
not starting.
Yeah, I wouldn't start them. And so, it'll be very, very interesting to see what he does. So I'm glad. Look, whether people want Ole back or they don't want Ole back, it is what it is. It's just life. Some people want Glass and some people won't. But ultimately, we've got to utilise this period now. So when the new gaffer comes in, and I hope they don't dick about getting him, by the way. I hope they don't wait. I hope they're already dealing with what they want now, and he comes through the door in May. Once the league's over, he comes in the door in May, and they're already talking about targets and what type of and what he wants, etc., etc. Then fine, let's Ole is going to be the right person, or Carrick is going to be the right person to carry us through. But it's all about moving forward after that, and that's what worries me. A bit like you were saying, Jarvis, rinse and repeat.
Mick said it, rinse and repeat, but I follow Mick when it comes to this boxing's really talk. I'm absolutely buzzing about Ole. So this is the problem with Ole. I think he will divide the fan base a lot because we have strong emotions when it comes to Solskjær, yes. And I think a lot of us have preferences. And personally, I'm Norwegian. I have always considered Ole as one of my heroes, and just because he was a childhood hero, and he was in the mighty Man United in the 90s and the beginning of the 2000s.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me, and I know I'm biased. So for me, I would love to see Ole back. But I have to be honest. Maybe I'm not thinking clear. I have to reassess myself really hard. Maybe I'm not thinking clear. Maybe we should have brought someone else in. But my question is, who would be?
Thank you. I was about to ask you that, pal. So you're saying maybe you're biased. I don't think you're biased. So if you don't bring in Ole, who do you bring in? You're going to see
better suited. But there are alternatives. But who would be better suited?
Exactly. So to me, you're going to see a different type of Ole. I really believe you're going to see a different type of Ole. I think you're going to see an Ole Gunnar Solskjær that is going to take no shit. And I think these players who were going, let's get Ole in. Brilliant. He's going to be this, he's going to be that. Ooh, no chance. He's going to come in and say, the Ole you saw 3 years ago, Bruno, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, Bruno, ain't the same, pal. Ain't the same, mate. Don't even think it.
This is why I said it, Trevor. I'm not trying to convince any of you, because I struggle with my own opinion sometimes, and this is how I am. Maybe I'm too neurotic when it comes to this.
It's football. It's football. Yeah. Everyone's entitled to have a little bit of romance in their life. And football is romance for all of us. We wouldn't be on this channel tonight talking about football because it's romantic to us, as well as everything else. So I just think I don't know about his time Irish Red, by the way, in Turkey. I don't know how it was for him. I didn't really follow him in Turkey, so I don't know. But I think when he comes to United, he cannot. Well, let's put it this way. He can't act the same. He can't be the same Ole Gunnar Solskjær as last time he managed Manchester United. He's got to. whatever mistakes he made, he's got to learn from those. That's why I think I see a different one.
Yeah. But guys, who would you take as caretaker if not Ollie? Because I made a poll in the chat for you guys, and who would you be happy with, Ollie and Carrick as caretakers? And as it stands, 59% of you. So we almost divided. 59% says yes, and 41% says no. But who would you take? Because we gotta be realistic. We can't just pick Carlo Ancelotti from the thin air. We have to have someone who's available, can come in and do the job. We have, for example, let's say Laurent Blanc. He's a guy who's available. Knows the club.
Yeah,
and we have all the ex-players. We have Carrick, just Carrick by himself. McKenna. Do we go with Giggs?
We're not going to get McKenna in.
Gary Neville.
Yeah, we're not going to get McKenna in. No. I mean, a lot of people like Rude when he was in charge, didn't they? Me also. I thought Rude was great when he was in charge. He was absolutely brilliant. Had a tough time at Leicester.
Darius will take Keno.
They will do. There's a lot of people that will take a variety of different players, and they've all got their own reasons for that. So Irish Pitter, Danny B,
Keno, and drop kicking Hello back to Portugal.
No, we can't say that tonight. Grace is not well tonight, Danny B. She's had a fall on the ice, but she's not well tonight. Look, it's not a done deal, is it? It's just here.
No, it's not. But the reports coming out now, I feel we are closer to Ollie than ever before.
Would people be happy? I know Mr. B saying he wasn't happy with Ollie and Trev. Trev, would you be happy with Ollie and Carrick? Just as an example, Mr. B, would you be happy with Ollie and Carrick? Just a question, or Ollie and Keno, or Carrick and Keno, or someone like that. Just a question. I'm just interested, really.
Yeah. The poll is now 61%, 39% no. So if you haven't get your votes in, I want to know where we are.
Put your vote in. The good part is our job. There's no right or wrong answer to this.
No.
We don't. There is no right or wrong answer. We don't know. We don't know what's out there, do we? I mean, some of the stuff again today, you could have written in your sleep. It was hilarious. You could have written it out in your sleep. But eventually it's going to come out. And Barry Ten Hag's kept his counsel for a while, didn't he? After his, apparently they're playing, Amarin will be paid till 2027. I think that's how much how long the conversation's going. So. Yeah. Interesting. Ollie and Carrick is a better option than just Ollie. Okay, there you go. That's okay.
Yeah. I think you are right, Romano. Well, we got to remember Ollie wasn't on his own last time either. We had Terry Phelan, we had Carrick, we had Kieran McKenna. They were a team.
They were. Bebe, I love that one. Bebe and Obertan. I think Bilal put that one in.
You can take McFred back as the interims.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. Mr. B saying Fletcher, keep Fletcher. Oh, sorry. Keep Fletcher to the end of the season. Get a guy like Glasner or Xavi. I prefer Xavi. He built the Barcelona that Flick is profiting from. Okay, yeah, okay. I'm not a huge Xavi fan, Mr. B, but your logic is sound, to be honest. McLaren as an assistant, no problem with that. No issue with McLaren as an assistant. Yeah.
What about Brené?
Millenstein, I think so. Yeah. You're talking experienced coaches. So you're not going to be at the top of the tree. They get told what to do. Experienced coaches. I think we need hugely experienced coaches in there for sure.
Yeah. Sydney is not agreeing with the boardroom, and Amarin being sacked is a disgrace. He deserved more time. Well, he wasn't sacked based on results. We know that. We talked about it yesterday. He was sacked because of politics, egos, and people getting their feelings hurt by comments of speaking the truth. That's my opinion. So this is just where we are at the moment. We have a leadership. There
Yeah.
have been a lot of reports coming out today about Sir Jim Ratcliffe not being happy, Wilcox, even Vivell having power struggles and
Yeah.
disagreements
Interesting.
with Amorim.
Yeah.
Now all the reports coming out, it feels like Amorim has been on his own fighting against the full leadership team of the club, and not getting his will. And the narrative now is that Amorim staged this and forced his way out. But at the moment, I don't trust any reports coming out, because I know the PR in the club is strong. They know how to spin the plates, and uh, it's a lot of sensationalism at the moment. So I think we will know in time what really went on, what happened. But for sure, it was a power struggle. Ornstein has said so himself.
He did.
So that one I
Yeah.
trust.
Yeah, he did. You know, you always got to lose a power struggle, aren't you? To the directors and the owners or part owners, you always got to lose a power struggle. It's it just is what it is. But ultimately, yeah, he's no longer here, and we just got to move on. Yeah, but I meant to ask you about that. I thought you might want to tackle that one, my old mate.
Nah, Bauman, I think Ole is flexible. I know that he struggled by we got to remember, when we judge Ole, we got to see it from the time he was in the club. The guys running the club, we had no director of football at that time. We had Fletcher and Murtog and Arno, and we know they are incompetent fools.
Yes. Yeah,
We had the Glazers running the club. We knew we had the Glazeronomics. Us signing all those players. We signed Ronaldo. We signed Varane. We signed Sancho. We signed a lot of players. We overpaid for Maguire and all of this. We don't know if Ole had a hand in this. We have heard snippets. We have heard reports that he wanted other players than the players that came in. Even like a player like Donny van de Beek, Ole didn't want him.
He didn't want him.
He wanted Madison or Grealish, at that time. But they didn't deliver.
He wanted Grealish at the time.
I believe Ole was left on his own and tried to work as best as he could with what he had. And we also got to remember, when it comes to tactics, he weren't always playing the 4-3-3. He did it in his interim period in the beginning. But after a while, he went more pragmatic. He had big wins against Pep, for example, and Etihad, we won 2-0, I remember.
4 times, am I right in saying?
He played like, people say he had inverted wingers that didn't track back. But people seem to forget, for example, a player like Dan James. His biggest role was tracking back, working hard, running from the deep, and hitting other teams on the counter. He was a useless guy. He couldn't finish. He finished and couldn't shoot. He didn't do anything well, but at least he worked hard. And he was part of a lot of Ole's teams when we went up against bigger teams. Ole played with a back three a lot of the times. I remember we went to Stamford Bridge. We won that game, FA Cup. We played with Juan Mata as the false nine. We played with two wide strikers, Juan Mata as the false nine. We played with a back three. So Ole did other things than just, okay, the story has it that we just sat back, we played counter-attacking football, hit the teams on the break. But it's not true. And we got to remember, if you know the interviews, if you heard what Ole said, we came to that third season, and we were trying to play more expansive, and we were ready to go for the next stage. And this is what a rebuild is. You start with what you got, and you gradually improve. And when you are ready, you go into a higher line, you play more expansive, you try to dominate teams. But we never came to that one. So for me, I don't know how Ole could have done. if backed properly. That's just my defense of Ole. But you know, I get your comment, Barman. But this is just how I feel.
You know, this is again why I love football so much, because we all see it differently. We all have great opinions. It's a really good question, by the way, as well. It was a nicely put question. There was no malice in there. Catherine, no nonsense. McDade says, "Would you trust Ollie the World Cup at Norway?" Yeah, again, it's a nicely put question, and it's a good question. You know, to people, would I trust Michael Carrick in as England manager for the World Cup? Probably not. But you know, I wouldn't. You know, I don't really think I trust Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah,
I'd give him a shot at Manchester United, fully enough, but I'm not sure I trust him. What would we do with Luis Enrique? If Luis Enrique doesn't sign his contract at PSG, would we take him? Would you take him? Would Luis Enrique come across your radar? And that's what I like. Raiola, we're talking about. Glasner, we're talking about. You mentioned Silva, Marco Silva, and he was mentioned today by one or two outlets.
De
Zerbi, yeah. I think De Zerbi would be more problematic personally than that. But you know, there are some wickedly good managers. But for me, I'll stand by what I said last night. It would be Ancelotti in for 18 months, 2 years, with a Kieran McKenna type manager, assistant manager under him, ready for 2 years' time. That's the way I think we should do it. You would get some decent football from Ancelotti. You would get some good signings from Ancelotti. You would get an established system, established team, and it would be an easy transition for Kieran McKenna to go. I'm just using him as an example. I'm not saying Kieran McKenna, by the way. Don't bite my head off, everybody. I'm just using him as an example. If you bring in someone like Luis Enrique, you've got no hope of bringing in Ancelotti.
No.
And you know, and he will have to start again, Luis Enrique, and we'll have to spend another 200.
But Stu, you know, coming from interimship is one thing. You know, maybe Ole can help us and get us into top 5, and you know, salvage the season. But you know, we got to think further ahead. Where are we at the beginning of next season, and what's our plan now for, let's say, the next 3 years? Where do we go from here? We have spent 250 million on building this squad for a 3-4-2-1 system with Interim.
Yes.
So we are always like the three-headed monster. You know, you never know what you're going to get with this Man United squad. You know, if we want to play with a back 4, do we play with a high line? Do we like to sit back? Do we play with a mid block? Do we play on transition? Do we want wingers? Do we want fullbacks? Do we want wingbacks? Do we want number 10s? Are we going to play with one striker? Are we going to play with 2 strikers? Do we want a goalkeeper who's good with the ball within his feet? There's so many questions, you know, for us. And you know, this is where the director of football and the management of the club is coming in and picking a direction. So, you know, it seems like we are going back to start, rinse and repeat. But where are we heading? That's my question. How are we going to rebuild this squad?
Yeah, that Trev sent you a message. That's why I think an Ancelotti type figure with a young manager ready to take the reins in 2 years' time is a better made solution than bringing in and Luis Enrique. By the way, hey, I think we'd all like Luis Enrique. Let's be honest. I mean, he's worked wonders at PSG. He was great at Spain. So let's be honest, we would all like him. But
yeah, but he played counter-attacking football when he played, especially Barcelona. He always played on the break. He had 3 high guys: Neymar, Messi, and Suarez, and you know, a lot of men behind the ball and counter-attacking football, direct football. So again, it wasn't all that dissimilar to Ole in a way.
Yeah, but if we go for somebody like Glasner, just as an example, there's a lot of knowledgeable fans in the Devilish Tacticos. Yourself, mate, a lot of knowledgeable fans. But had we come across Glasner and really thought about him prior to his emergence at Crystal Palace? and that's fine. So can
Well,
you go?
Leverkusen, he won the Europa League with
Yeah, but
Leverkusen.
can you go from Crystal Palace to Manchester United? Where's the
was it
step?
Frankfurt?
I'm not sure. Where's the stepping stone? Are you with me? That's a big step, and we've seen it. So I'm not saying Glasnow's a bad shout, because I think it'd be a great shout.
But it's a gamble.
Yeah, it is. That's what I'm getting at. It's a big gamble. Same with Areola, it's a gamble. So if you take those out of the equation, where do you go? For Catherine, no nonsense, but Dave is saying Frankfurt. So where would you go? So the trajectory for me is better than trying to mould another manager into the way that Wilcox and Berardi want to play. If you bring in somebody like Ancelotti, he's going to come in and say, oh, hold on. No. This is what you're going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. I'll come to you when I need something. Other than that, piss off and leave me alone. He's going to walk out the door. He's going to roll into Carrington with his chauffeur and his bodyguards and his son. You know, he carries his son on a leash behind him, doesn't he? He's going to walk in there, and the whole place is going to change just like that. And we become a serious football club again overnight. You put in Glasner, great guy. What a gamble it is. We want someone to walk into Carrington that's got the stature, the stamina, the kudos, the ego to handle Manchester United. Not hold it up with two hands, hold it with one. It's like the old and forgive me, I can't remember the name of the statue, but the guy leaned down with the world on his back. That's what you want. That type of guy.
We have some breaking news, by the way. We have some breaking news. There are some new updates. Pettigo, the German guy comes out, the German guy comes out and say talks between Man United and Ole's agent Jim Solbakken are well advanced. Solskjær is waiting patiently for the final decision. So, you know, it seems like it's getting closer. And there's also some other updates. I just checked Twitter, so give me 2 seconds and I will bring it up for you.
Do you know what the funny thing is, by the way, guys, Devilish Tacticos? Let me ask you this question. Are you kind of excited about the prospects of a new manager? You know, are you when we lost Ten Hag, I can't remember if I was excited or not at the prospect of a new manager.
I'm not.
I'm kind of wondering whether Devilish Tacticos are. You know, and Danny B said no, he's not. I mean, I don't know where I am with it. That's the thing. I don't know where I am. Bilal is. So that's great, though, isn't it? That's kind of what Catherine No Nonsense for Day. She's a no. That's brilliant about football, isn't it, pal? That's why I love this channel.
There's also pictures of Ole in Manchester. You know, he's in England at the moment, so we know that there are talks with him and the club. So,
oh, he's been to Waitrose. He's been to Waitrose. Don't ask me how I know that, everybody, but he's been to Waitrose. That's a Waitrose bag.
Okay.
I'm told. Obviously, I don't do the shop.
I don't know what Waitrose is, so
it's a very nice supermarket. Yes, it's a Waitrose bag.
Okay.
Go on, Ollie.
Yeah. Serious golf fan comes in and says,
"It's quite funny, that is." That's quite funny. That I quite like that.
Would you trust Ole as Sweden's manager? He was strongly linked to the Sweden job, but he didn't get it. So, you know, but I would trust Ole as the Norwegian manager. Yes, 100%. I would.
Yeah.
I think he is one of the Norwegian guys with the highest skill of coaching in Norway and experience, at least. Yeah. So Well, talking about Norwegians, if it was me, I would bring in the Kjetil Knutsen, the Bodø/Glimt manager, to take over the wheel for Man United.
I'd just like to say this. Our local, sorry, Jarvis, I know you're on a roll there, but I've got to tell you this. You go to Waitrose, you're absolutely right. You get a free coffee when the fucking machines work. So our local Waitrose is about 15 miles away from where I live. And I go there, me and my mate, we go in looking for the coffee. The fucking coffee machine's knackered. Shocking. Boxing straight to be absolutely right. It's a pie for Luke. It's like
nice.
They're on one now. Buck a pie. You see, it's all going fun again. I love it. All going fun. Let's have a look.
Yeah, guys, let me do this first.
Sorry. I know you're on one. Sorry, buddy.
It's a slower night at the moment, so it's not the biggest one. So, guys, this is me and Stu doing a show on X. So, I would love for you guys to do one thing. You can go to X, you can press the heart, and you can give us a retweet. If you do that, we will reach out to let's say 10, 15, 20 new people who can join the chat and help out the channel. So right now I will press the link and put it in the live chat. You can press that and go to X and give us a retweet. If you can do that favor for me, I would be forever grateful. So thank you so much. Okay, let's move on.
Trev. Look, Trev, I don't want to be showing me platinum Amex. I don't have gold. I mean, come on, gold. Anyone can have a gold card. I don't want to get me platinum one out just yet. And that's just a picture of a platinum card because I'm not that rich. I'm not rich at all, actually, but But Jarvis has a black card, but he won't tell anyone. Don't you? You have the black Amex, Jarvis. Yeah. Look at him. Like, yes, I've got one.
Sure. But you have to reach your first billion, and after that, they send you.
It comes easy. It comes easy then. Once you do your first billion, doesn't it, Jarvis? It comes easy.
The first billion is always the hardest. It's just the way it is. We all know it. Yeah. It's always the hardest, I asked Jim about it, and he said the same.
He did, yeah. In fact, that was when he was asking for a loan, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I'm not giving him any money.
I
said you can sell your shares to Man United. I'll take them for $1 billion.
Daz says his Wilcox still here. Yeah, well, yeah. Apparently, there's a lot of hearsay that he's for the chop, isn't there? But we think he's still there. Yeah, no, we don't know anything, to be honest, buddy. But yeah,
he's still here. Yes.
Yeah, so as we know. Yeah. Oh, Jarvis, spill the beans on the black card. Billionaires keep that on the down low, Trev. They keep that on the down low. Oh, Tyrone's gone over.
By the way, big up Tyrone, big up. Thank you for helping out on that. Yes. By the way, we were talking about Wilcox. Thank you for the segue. This came out, so I just play what's down for you guys so we can listen. I think this is quite funny.
Got it.
Did you get it?
They get it, yeah. It's the one about him interfering, isn't it?
It's him saying, I'm a manager, and I always have a problem by interfering. Who would want to work under a director of football like that? If you're hired to do a job, you're hired to do a job, and you don't want your manager constantly breathing over on your neck and telling you how to do it.
That job is at all. You want to go in, leave me alone, and let me get on with it. And I'll report to you once a week or once every 2 weeks or whenever you want me to report to you. I'll report to you. I'll give you the injury list. I'll give you the red zone. green zone, pink zone, black zone, whatever you want, but just leave me alone. That's what you want. You just leave me alone to do what I'm paid to do, and that is win football matches. Please, that's all I'm asking. Just leave me alone.
That's the thing, and I think Wilcox has lost a lot of respect from us United fans because of this Amorim incident, and I'm not fully convinced that he will stay in his job. And there's been a lot of reports now that his job is on the line, and I think he's on his last life as if a cat has 9 life, so do Wilcox.
He's on 8.
He's on 8. So he's on his last life, and I don't see him staying on in the long run, because this is a job. This is Man United. It's not Leeds. It's not Southampton. It's not.
You can't come in
the Manchester City Academy. It's not a learner's job. You don't get a learner's driver's license. With the L on the back of the window.
He probably walks around with an L on his back, doesn't he? Right.
But, you have to do your job properly. That's the thing.
Oh, Barman's he's away. Good to see you, Barman. Take it easy, my mate.
Big up, Barman. Thank you. And Barman made a good point. He thinks I'm biased, and I will be the first to admit I'm a little bit biased when it comes to Ole. So thank you for challenging me and calling me out, Barman. I'll take it. I'll take it.
It's all good.
Yeah, it is. Barman is a great man. I love this community. And Stu, do you want to do the preview? Talk a little bit about Fletcher's interview. Did you see it?
I did, but to be honest, he was mainly asked about whether, how honoured he is to take the reins at Old Trafford, and he was delighted. Of course, it was a big thing for him and his family. He's always dreamed of it. The usual stuff which you expect in a press conference. And then Simon Stone from the BBC says, look, if you do well in these next 2 games, are you going to have a conversation about becoming the permanent interim? And we're going to have a conversation on Thursday, that type of thing. That was the bulk of it. Good night, Catherine, my darling. Take care. Was the bulk of it. He was then asked tongue in cheek about whether or not his sons will be in the squad for Wednesday, and he just made a point. Well, they were training on Monday because they were planned to be. They penned in to be at training on Monday, but I'm not going to give you any secrets as to where I'm going to play and who's likely to be playing. I thought he spoke. Yes, Trevor, I was about to say that. I thought he spoke very, very well, but I can tell you something for nothing. He was reading off his PR sheet that his press that the comms man gave him, because he was very PC, and I thought it was okay. So I wasn't expecting anything from him. I wasn't expecting the press to do anything but ask him about how honoured you are and all that, because they're dumb and they can't think of any proper questions. The questions are, what have you done? What was your conversation with the players? What are you doing differently to what Amorim's doing? Or are you doing anything differently to what Amorim's doing? Obviously a bit of a whirlwind for you. When did you plan training? That type of thing. All of this is what you should be talking about. A single question about, are you honoured? Yes, great, move on. Of course he's fucking honoured. Jarvis, are you honoured to be a part of Tactical Devils? Absolutely. It's an absolute honour to be here. Yeah. Next. What else can you say? Look, Daz is right. Tomorrow, for the first time in a while, I'm looking forward to seeing a different Manchester United, a different approach. I want to see what he does differently. If we're going to take the reins, I want to know what you're going to do differently, why you're going to do it differently, and what your expectations from the game. That's what I want to know. I don't want to know about Ruben. I don't want to know about anything else. Don't care about the circumstances why you're here. What are you going to do to affect change? How quickly can you affect change? Tyrone, that's kind of what I'd have asked him. That's the type of thing I want to know, because everything else is immaterial to me. completely immaterial.
But he's a new kid in town. Now the journals has to be polite. They have to come under his skin a little bit, get him into talk, get to know him a little bit before they squeeze and set in there.
They know him anyway. They know the way that he operates. When he was ill, we knew that Fergie spoke about him as a coach. He started his coaching years ago when he had when he was diagnosed with, I think it's colitis he got, isn't it, or something along those lines. So I'd like to get into the nitty gritty with him. You're here as a coach. Don't care why you're here as a coach. What are you going to do to affect change? How is your style of play going to dip? That's what I want to know. So I think we're all looking.
I would have asked, how would you approach your view on your sons? How would you what's the name do with them in the squad? Are there any chance of nepotism, for example? Wouldn't that be interesting to know? Will he give them the same treatment as everybody else?
Absolutely good questions.
Because it will be hard to not be biased. As I'm saying myself, I have to
if I'm going to be quite cruel here, but if I'm Darren Fletcher, I'm taking my sons out of the equation. I said, listen, lads, we're going to get a host of questions. If I put you on, if I start you, if I bring you both on a sub, we're going to get a host of questions. You're going to remain in around the first team squad this week, but you're not going to be involved on Wednesday. That's what I would do, because he's going to get all sorts of questions about bias, about this, about that. Yep. Or, as Daz says, great point, if we're 3 or 4-0 up and with 5 minutes to go, bring your two sons on, who cares? Nobody does. We're quite happy for him. But the best thing to do is,
why didn't you bring someone else in instead of
the best thing to do is to not have your children in the scenario this week. That's the best thing you can do. So I wouldn't, but I like Daz's idea, dream scenario. But I wouldn't. I would say to them, here's the situation. You got to trust me. You're going to play. You're going to train with the first team all week, but I can't have you in the squad Wednesday. Simple as that. I said to you, didn't I? I texted you during the Leeds game. You cannot put Fletcher on. I text the group. You can't put the kids on during the Leeds game. It was just impossible, that game. And I think Burnley is going to be very similar away. It's going to be a very hostile reception. Don't put him in. And he doesn't need that hassle himself, Darren Fletcher.
No. He doesn't.
In my opinion, I could be wrong, but that's what I would do. And I think, Jarvis, as a coach, you would do the same.
Yeah, I think so. And as a coach, I think you would even treat your own flesh and blood even harsher, and be more firm and be extra aware of not giving them any favors.
Jake always
so maybe it will have the opposite effect.
Yeah, Jake always said to me, and I'm pretty sure you do the same with Philip. When I was coaching Jake, throughout his youth career, Jake will always come to me at the end of the game and say, how did I play, Dad? And I'll tell him, you did well today, or you didn't have a good game. And that's it. There'll be nothing in between. You either did well or you didn't. And he knew that when he asked me that question, he knew the answer. So the answer that I gave him, if I said you played rubbish, he knew he'd played rubbish. And that's how I did with my son. And so you've got to be harsh.
Yeah, but it's a different relationship being the coach and the player, not the son and the dad. And you have to differentiate.
The player is completely different, yeah. But he is in a situation, and you know this, but you know this. He's in a situation where if he started Tyler or the other, I can't remember what the other one is, then you've got problems.
It's Tyler and Jack.
If he starts Jack, then I think he'll have problems. He knows it, and we're going on to lose. He'll have problems. He knows it. But I get it. I do. I really do. As a coach, I've coached two sons in the first team ever. Do you know what, Dad? I don't know, mate. Good question. I'm somebody in the devilish tactic, doesn't know.
Well, we have traditions of this. We had Darren Ferguson and Alex Ferguson, for example. I don't know if you remember it.
Yeah, he said 2 though, 2 sons.
Yeah, but it's not the first time we have a father and son.
That's right. Good question though, Daz. I like that. And so it maybe is harsh. Maybe I'm coming across as being a bit harsh, but I think I would take that off the table, Jarvis. I wouldn't want it in the first week. No, I think we'll win. I think we'll win. Was this you, was it?
Who's Devilish Tacticos United?
I was about to ask that.
Love the commitment, the part of the Devilish Tacticos United, and with a tactical Devils emoji. Big up.
Who is that? You can't really be using our logo though, buddy. Unfortunately. Use something else, but not the Tactical Devils logo if you don't mind. We wouldn't really want that. It's our logo, Jarvis.
It's someone we know at least, because
it'll be someone we know. We know.
Person is a mod, so it is what it is.
Yes.
Okay, over to the tactical board. I want to know how you feel when it comes to the starting lineup and what we can expect. We had a question from Trev and what will our starting lineup look like. So Stu, I will give the floor to you.
Thanks, because I've no idea.
Okay, so what would you like to see?
I'll tell you what I'd like to do. I want a back four. I want a back four of it'll be Dallo right back, it'll be Shaw left back, and it will be Heaven and Yoro.
Okay, so you would go with Heaven
as DJ Superfly guy.
Big up, DJ. Big up.
Legend.
So who do we have? We have Dallo on right back.
He was scaring me out. You're a legend, mate. You're a legend. Use our logo as much as you like. Keep using it. Yeah, you spread the word. That's absolutely mint. Thank you. I'd like Yoro. And I would play, as I said yesterday, I would play Martinez as a 6. I would free up Casemiro.
Okay, so you would go with Yoro as centre back.
Yeah, I'd have Yoro and Heaven. I think I've got no issues with Yoro and Heaven away at Burnley. I'd have Martinez as a 6, and I would play.
We have so many players, but none of them are available. I just need to.
Yeah.
So you would go with Martinez and Casemiro in the 6.
Yeah, I would. I'll bring in Xerxes again.
Okay, Xerxes in the 10.
Yeah, and then I've and Dorgu.
And Bumo. So Dorgu and Bumo is not available. So it's Dorgu. Yeah. Okay, Dorgu on the right. Okay, so you have a 4-2-3-1 formation.
Yes.
Could be a 4-4-1-1. Could
Correct.
be a 4-4-2.
And Martinez.
And we can also see a 4-3-3 in this formation.
And you can also see 5 at the back if we're absolutely under the cosh, because Martinez had dropped beautifully in between Heaven and Yoro.
Okay, so we can also go defend with a
5. I'm going for versatility for once.
Yeah.
Jarvis. I think that's our best starting 11 currently. With what we've got available and what we've got available on the bench.
Well, the weakness in this formation is Lenny Yoro or the inexperienced centre backs.
Understood. So you could push Yoro to left back and Shaw to right back, or Dallo to not right back, to centre half, Dallo to left back, Yoro to right back. You could do that, even in Animalis. So you could do that. What I've gone for there is fluidity. Now, a lot of people won't like Martinez as a 6. Again, I get it. I've got no problems with it. But I think he offers us more flexibility than Ugarte from the defensive point of view. I think he's a better passer than Ugarte, like accuracy-wise. to be honest. I think Dorgu has been a revelation out on the right. I think we'd all agree on that. Every single one of us in the chat would agree on that. Xerxes did okay against Leeds. We can't argue with Xerxes. Cunha and Sesko. I think that's our best option. Looking at our bench, if you've got Jarvis, if you've got
we got I don't know, Diego Leon, Ugarte, Malacia. We have Mason Mount. I think he will be back on the bench. We have the Tyler Fredrickson.
Yeah.
We have Mantato. I don't know if he's in the squad. Tyler and Jack Fletcher. We have a lot of kids,
and possibly Bruno on the bench.
And Shay Lacey. So maybe Bruno on the bench.
Bruno. So if you've got Bruno and if you've got Bruno and you've got Mount on the bench, you can afford to start with Martinez and Casemiro as an 8. You can actually afford to do that. You know, because you've got options. You remove Yoro's having a bad game. You remove Yoro, put Martinez in the back, and you put in Bruno or Mount. So you've got options. So I think that's
Bruno after was it a hamstring
injury, 20 minutes if he's on the bench. If he's on the bench.
Do you play a player right away after he's come back to training for a hamstring? Are we that desperate against Burnley, or do we risk it? You know, we could easily go from a stretch to a tear, and
we don't know the extent of his injury, do we? If it was a pull, fine. If it was just a pull, it's okay. If it's not a pull and it was worse, then you wouldn't see him anywhere near he wouldn't be on grass at the moment, basically. No. So that's my 11, and I'm picking it for flexibility, versatility, a bit of bite in the middle with Casemiro and Martinez. Xerxes, I think we could easily go to 4-4-2 with that. You know, put 2 up top at some point, and I think it'll offer Cunha a bit more. I know Yola. I only want the one pivot. So Martinez is my pivot. Casemiro's an 8. I'm only playing.
All right. So you go. You basically go like this.
Yeah. I'm only playing 1-6. Casemiro's an 8, and that's how I'd like it. I'm not saying it would work, guys, but that would be my favourite 11. I think we'll get a result with that 11.
Okay.
What do you think, mate? Go on, don't pick the bones out.
Okay. But let me. Okay, first of all, Yoro is out and Martinez will be in this position, because when we have Xerxes on the pitch, I always see a connection with Martinez and Xerxes. Xerxes is not brilliant in holding up the ball, but he's a target player, and he's available. You see him, and on his day he's unplayable. So I always see a connection with these two players, and I feel there's something here that we can try to exploit. Martinez playing the ball up to Xerxes, and we have players around him like Cunha, Xerxes laying it off to Cunha, and then you start running with the ball, and you have a way of attack, a way to move out the ball out of defense into attack.
May I interject?
Yeah, please.
I'm trying to work out how to put this. Sorry, mate. I don't know how to put it. What would be the difference in what you're saying is exactly how I agree, but he could still do that slightly further up as a 6. Your point's wrong, and you put. I agree.
Not when you're playing out from the back, unless Martinez drops all the way down in between the centre backs.
And I think he will do to receive it. I think he will do to receive it. That's why I want him.
But then you have one less option playing forward, because there will be.
He could roll it, but if he rolls it out, this is where I'm going with it. If he rolls it out 10 or 15 yards, walks it out 10 or 15 yards, he's then in a position. So that was the only thing. I agree with you, by the way. I think the Martinez link up, Martinez Dallo link up has been good. He loves it deep. You know where Xerxes is at the moment.
But let's just try this. Let's just see if let's say the Burnley sits in the mid block, something they defend in a
They do.
5-4-1
Yeah,
formation, basically. So there will be something like this, I would suspect. Wing backs ready to jump, but not too high, and a back three. So this is where we are trying to penetrate. We will have Sesko high up on the center back. We will have Xerxes a little bit deeper, trying to drop down into this space. We will have Casemiro up here. So, and Cunha. I don't think Cunha will be wide. I think it will be centrally. I think we don't want to be overloaded centrally because of this. And Luke Shaw will try to connect with the wing back. So let's say if you have Martinez here, I think the goal would be try to find Xerxes, and he can either lay off to Casemiro or Cunha, and Sesko will go on the run, and you can try to play directly from, for example, Casemiro in behind, or we can play to Cunha, and he can move the ball either to zone 16 or go directly, or play Luke Shaw. So there are options in this formation, but this is why I want someone who can play the ball from behind, because if we have Lenny Yoro and in Aiden Heaven, let's say we take Martinez out, and Martinez will be in this role, for example, the Casemiro role. I'm not sure, it's
well,
for me, this is for me, but I get your ideas, dude.
Right. No, you're right. I agree with you. I agree with everything that you're saying. And Yoro to me is a risk. Don't get me wrong. I think it is a risk because but I thought he did okay against Leeds. If I'm being honest, I thought he came in and did quite well. So yeah, it's a difficult one, isn't it? We're in a difficult position, really, because if you have Bruno and Mount free, we're talking a different 11, aren't we?
100%.
Really, we're talking a different 11. So, even Rich, really interesting, guys. Give us your thoughts and predictions for a starting 11, because.
Well, the selection we don't have many to pick from. So now the debate is Martinez as centre back or number 6. Let me create a poll for you guys, and I'll let you decide. Yeah.
Good debate to have, though, pal. The other thing I was going to ask you about, and you brought this up the other day, by the way. I was wondering, in your starting 11, was you going to put if you played Xerxes, was you going to put him up as the 9 and put Sesko as a false 9, or behind him? I was going to ask you.
So you want to go with Xerxes on top, and
Sesko what you would do? Yeah, I was wondering what your thoughts on that were, because you floated that.
I'm at a stage now with Sesko that I feel he just need to run games in the 9, and I see movement, I see positives. We just need to build, and I think he just needs to get that one goal, to get over the line and get his confidence back, because I think now he's thinking too much, and I think you need to be reactive. I think you need to react on instinct as a striker, because you don't have time to think. And I think this is where problem lies for a player like Sesko. But so I would just play him in the 9, play him, and hopefully he will score, and everything will, we will have the, what do you call it, the bathtub, the thing you pull out for the water to
the plug.
Yeah, the plug.
The plug out. Who let the plug out? Ooh. That's really sad. Sorry, guys. That's really embarrassing. I think, you know what? I'm going to give myself a sin bin for that, because that's fucking poor. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Let's remove Stu, and it will just be Jarvis for 10 seconds. Countdown. But my question to you guys: who would you go for as the number 6? Would it be? Let me know in your comments. Would you be Martinez as a centre back, or as a deep lying playmaker? Let me know in the chat. And Stu is back. Okay, that was 10 seconds.
No, you're right to sin bin me. That's embarrassing. Trev, I'm sorry, I'm going to tell you the reason I've been a little bit distracted on my phone. One of the guys who plays with me for a Tipton Town had a lump on his foot, and he went in to have it dissected, and they originally thought it was cancerous, but he's been messaging people tonight saying he's got the all clear. As soon as his foot heals up, he'll be able to come back and play with us. So I'm a little bit distracted, but there's a reason for it. Oh, yeah, boxing straight talks with me on that one. Number 6, Martinez. It'd be interesting to see, actually. I think it'll be quite tight, Jarvis.
By the way, clip it. If every time we say clip it, we have the AI thing now, making shorts after every video. So now I post a couple of shorts after every video we do, and every time we say clip it, AI will catch it and make a clip of it in the short. So if you say anything brilliant, you can say, and you can clip that.
And you can clip that.
Yes.
Superb. No, that's great. No, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Superb.
Yeah. No.
When I go to Taipei again, I'll have more AI information for you when I get back.
Yeah, but I'm doing my best, but I'm on a tight schedule. That's the thing, So, if any of you guys want to come in and
help us with that,
help us out, edit videos and make it shorter. Our 2.5 hour I know it's too long for most of people to watch. So, take just the best parts and make it an hour, 45 minutes. That would be excellent.
We're getting to the stage actually where a little bit of help for clips and things of that nature would be great. I mean, Jay, when Jay was okay, was helping us out at one point, wasn't he? But he's but if any of you want to do that, that'd be absolutely brilliant. You can take the piss out of us all you like. We don't mind. We're not precious, me and Jarvis, are we? I mean, crikey, Jarvis tried to sing tonight and that was abysmal. I should have fucking sim-binned you then.
I can play Waterfall on guitar. The Stone Roses. So if I play guitar, you can sing it next time. If Ole gets a job,
I can get my drums and drum it with you.
Yeah, that's an easy.
That's all I need to do. Yeah, I don't have to do much because I can't do much.
We'll lose all of our subscribers at once. The channel is dead.
You lot bang cancelled. Jarvis will put a little note on it. We're cancelled. We are one day though. Gonna have a bit of fun with our sunglasses, so don't panic. You watch out for that. We're gonna have a little fun with our sunglasses. When I find mine, I still haven't found them yet. Trev, you're not wrong.
It's making a racket.
Easy, Trev, you're not wrong. I'm a complete musically.
Okay, so nothing more to add when it comes to the tactics tomorrow, or
I think
I expect that we are. I ask you a question and then start talking. I'm so rude. Sorry about that, but I just want to show you for the preview. There is a predicted lineup for tomorrow's game. So if we go with this, let's say who we are up against. We have Dubravka, the old Man United goalkeeper, Newcastle goalkeeper in goal. We have Laurent and the Swedish guy Ekdal and Humphreys as centre backs. We have Kyle Walker.
You forget about him, don't you, Kyle Walker?
And this guy Ugo Konchbu. No, how do you say his name?
I don't know.
Ugchukwu.
Him anyway.
Yeah. And Florentino and Pires. You have Edwards, Broja, Armando Broja, the Chelsea guy.
Yeah.
And we have Jakob Brun Larsen. And so basically that's what we're up against.
Yeah, okay. That's beatable. I mean, that's really beatable, isn't it?
And for us, we have Lamens in goal, Heaven, Martinez, Shaw, Dallo, Casemiro, Ugarte, Dorgu, Fernandes.
What do they know?
Let's go. Okay, so they put Bruno in the starting 11. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. That is interesting.
Yeah, but I don't think Bruno will start. I think we will see Xerxes. I'm almost certain that we will see Xerxes, and I will be very surprised if we see anyone else than Xerxes starting this game.
I can't see us losing. I think we'll maybe flirt with top 4 tomorrow night. In fact, let's have a look at the games. Let's see who's playing, and that's the way we can predict where we'll end up if we win the game. So we have First and foremost, Thursday is Liverpool Arsenal. So that's that. So that will be interesting. So tomorrow's games are Nottingham Forest beat West Ham, by the way, 2-1.
Okay.
Bournemouth and Tottenham, tight game. Antoine Semenye's last game. Brentford Sunderland, I think will be an absolute cracker. That'll be a brilliant game. Villa Palace, I expect Villa to win that. Wolves Everton, I expect Wolves to win that. Chelsea Fulham.
Wolves.
Yeah, sorry.
For real?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Okay,
I made the point, didn't I? Before we played Wolves, they're turning. I think Fulham and Chelsea. I think Fulham beat Chelsea, or it's a draw. I can't call City. See you, Trev. We don't know when. Yeah, well, we'll have to talk about it tomorrow. City and Brighton. I can't call that one, to be honest. That could go either way, couldn't it? Newcastle Leeds. That'll be a draw, and I think we beat Burnley. So yeah, I agree. Boxing on filter. I think Chelsea's struggling. I don't see them getting a result tomorrow. So results go our way again, Jarvis, my old mate. We could,
if we win, we could sit fourth.
Yes,
Liverpool loses. They have +4. We have +4 in goal difference.
Yes,
if we win, we will at least have +5. So yeah.
I think Liverpool get beat by Arsenal. I think Arsenal beat them. I think they're playing very, very well.
Brentford Sunderland. That's an interesting game.
Both
from 30 points.
Yeah,
who's Fulham up against again?
Chelsea.
Ooh.
I know. As I say, if it goes our way tomorrow, we could actually be in a genuine, by Thursday night, we could be in a genuine fourth place.
Fulham is 11th, 28 points.
Look at Brighton, 28. Brighton are playing okay at the moment. They're at home, I think, to City, or they're away.
But if you are going to predict, let's say, the top 5 race, let's take Liverpool out, because I think Liverpool eventually will come good. But
they will. We're in the top 5, aren't we?
Right now, we are up against, let's say, Spurs.
Yeah.
They could go on an unbeaten run, let's say 6-7 games. Same with Newcastle.
Yeah.
Same with Chelsea. Where's Villa? Villa is top
4. Villa are top 4, mate. They're done. They're out the equation.
And we go down to 14th. We have Crystal Palace on 27 points. So actually, there's a tight race.
Oh, it's going to be great. We need this win tomorrow. You know, nothing more than a win is acceptable tomorrow. We have to win tomorrow. We win tomorrow. We make the decision on the interim manager. We make the decision on the long-term manager over the next month or two. We haven't got long, by the way, Jarvis, when you think about it, to nail a long-term manager down. So they've got to start thinking about that. And then, you know, if we get Champions League football next season, which we could do if we finish 5th, that'll be a marvellous season for us. Marvellous.
And we still have a chance to win the FA Cup. We can go in a cup run and go all the way to Wembley.
We could do anything, but we must start by beating. And I think, you know, Fletcher will smash this home tomorrow. You must go out there and you must win. You must win. So
it's a must win, yes, 100%.
I think it's a must win, old mate.
I just want to give a shout out to the people who have given us a retweet. We have Tyrone, we have Samram, we have Wolps, and Boxing Devil. I think that's Boxing Straight Talk. So thank you for retweeting, and also Stu has retweeted. So big shout out to Mr. Wally.
Bilal's done it again. Golden.
Ooh. Big up. Thank you so much, Bilal, for the £1 super chat. You are a legend. Thank you for all the support. So guys, I don't have any more to cover. You know, I just checked X. There's
nothing there. I was having a quick look.
No updates. So
Bilal shared as well. Let's just win.
No, there is one. Ruud van Nistelrooy contacted by Manchester United to return from Centre Devils.
Okay, sure, yes.
Well, you know, he's not a bad option.
No, hey, look, I thought he did okay. You bring in Rude, you bring in Ollie, you bring in Carrick.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? To be honest.
Would you have Rude?
Yeah. I mean, I just look. For me, you got a big up, by the way, pal. Big up.
Big up, big up, big up.
For me, only Cavani can match. In modern day strikers to Rude. And I thought Cavani was absolutely fucking top draw. I loved having Cavani with us, but equally I love Rude. So if we could get him back, I think Sesko could really do with Ruud van Nistelrooy, to be honest.
Yeah.
So
Bilal says he have a couple of questions. I try to start a couple of questions, but I want you to address this one from Yala first, because Yala, has been through a lot of the same things. So
yes,
it's for you too.
Yeah, I will do. Thanks, Yala. And you've been through it as well. So have I. I went through it when I was 19, 20, and I got lucky, with it. He waited a long time. Yeah, it was he had the lump in his foot in December time, early December, late November, and they cut a lot of it out, and so he is, he's recovering. So I wish him well for you. But we were delighted when we got your information as well, and your great news. So cancer is horrible. It is no joke. It's horrible. I know you're feeling all too well, and I think about it every day. Unfortunately, it comes into my brain every day. Certainly when I see my mates, my old football mates I've been playing football with for 38 years. They were the ones that got me through it, as long as with my wife at the time and family. So I know it's one of the reasons. As much as we like talking about football, me and Jarvis always say to you guys, you can always talk to us because between us all and everybody in the Devilish Tacticos, we've all got life experiences, and some of us have had some horrible experiences, and cancer is one of them, Yala. So big up, my friend. Big up.
Romano just sent me an update. By the way, hearts go out to you, Yala, and I'm so glad that you received the good news, and both for your friends too. There is an update here from Romano. It says exclusive: Ole Gunnar Solskjær has told Man United he can make Matheus Cunha, Bryan Mbeumo, Bruno Fernandes, Benjamin Sesko, and Amad Diallo the best attacking force in the Premier League with his attacking style. Is that a bold statement, or?
Well, I'm going to quickly say, Daz, that is a friend of mine has to say tablets for his thyroid. I'm not quite sure what they're called, but if he doesn't take them, he's in real trouble. So, mate, what a legend. Well, absolutely. When you get that 10 years and you don't have to go back for your appointments, it's such a weight off your mind. Big up, my mate. Big up. Absolutely. Top draw, mate. Boxing Unfiltered, wishing everyone in the group a happy and healthy 2026. We can't take life for granted. Hug your loved ones. Tell them you love them. Absolutely. You get that from me as well. Stephanie Griffiths is in the house, which is absolutely brilliant to see. Bold statement. You got to deliver if you say it. My old mate.
I don't think he said it, but
I don't think he did either. But you've got to deliver it if you say it. So
no.
But
you just stack up with 5 defenders, and you have those 5 guys running freely, and maybe you will score a shitload of goals.
Yes,
maybe this is what Ole is doing.
A question. I found one.
Yep.
Have you ever spent more than 10 minutes on hold with a utility company? What song ruins your life now because of it? Fucking Greensleeves. Fucking Greensleeves. I used to love Greensleeves, but oh god, my my electric company in particular has Greensleeves. Like
I can't remember the name of the song, but some Coldplay song. I can't.
Oh
It was
God,
always
yeah.
going.
I mean, I like Coldplay, but Jesus, their songs are annoying at the best of times. Anyway, honestly, we got to listen to it. Oh God, let's see. Yeah,
Yeah, Jana comes in and say, if we get the offense Ole had before he got smacked by Liverpool, we will do well. If we get McFred, Ole, we will not do it.
Well, we have got McFred, kind of at the minute, haven't we?
We got Maine, but do you think he will go for a play like Maine if he's fit again?
Maine will be rubbing his hands together if Ole Solskjær comes in. Maine will have a miraculous recovery.
Yeah, but is Maine the type? If we go by McFred, it's the high energy midfielder who likes to cover a lot of space and run a lot.
Yeah, he's the type of player. I promise you, he will go for Maine.
We have a question from Primat.
Yeah, he says, "What's the most item that you owned?" I've got a couple really. One of them though is a Father's Day T-shirt that Jake's mom did for me when I think he was about old, something like that. So I've got as you know, my old office, and I'll put it up in here. I've got his hand and his footprints in a frame. But she did me a T-shirt, and she got a pencil and a crayon in his little fingers, and she wrote "Daddy" on it. So that's one of my most sentimental things. And my other is my yellow mankini, of course. My other is a crystal whiskey set that my dad gave to me before he died, about a week before he died. So those are the two ones that I keep for sentimentality. I would be mortified if anything happened to either of those two. So they had, I wouldn't even, when we moved, they were in the front seat of my car. Everyone else had to fucking walk because I didn't trust anyone with them. So those are my two. Jarvis, me on late.
I'm not a very sentimental person, I have to say. Anything that my kids made for me, during their time, and preschool and school, things they bring home and all of this, but a lot of memories, like pictures, videos, snippets from when my kids were younger, they're always something that cheers me up, when life's
exactly
tough. So, but not anything I can think of right now, but thank you for that lovely question, the Primat. We have one question left here from Jarle. We have actually more. We have this one from Jarle. It says, will Xerxes press?
What actually do we get? The lazy one that does not. I don't think you can see any lazy players on Wednesday. Jarle, I think you're going to see a rejuvenated bunch of players, and it's going to piss me off seeing them. But we're going to have we're going to win easily. We just are.
Yeah, nothing but 3 points is acceptable, and I expect us to win with a big margin.
I think we win 4-5. It could even be 5-0. I'm going to go with 4-0 is my prediction, but it could even be 5. But it's going to be big.
Let's say 3-1. 3-1.
I don't think they score. I think Lamans gets a cleaner. Okay. I think he gets his brush, Jarvis, and he cleans the goal away. He gets a clean sheet for me.
Updates from Romano tells me Mason Mount is also expected to be in the squad against Burnley alongside Bruno Fernandes. Mount trained with the group today. Limited minutes is expected. I think that's good news. That's good news.
That's why I think we could probably afford to play Euro.
We could even play Bruno for one half and Mason Mount in the second half.
We've got that opportunity. We've got that. So I'm quite happy with that.
We also have this statement from Ida. Big up Ida, 1983. Good to see you, Ida. She was in yesterday, and coming in. I think your name from now would be not EDA. It's IDK.
IDK. She did say you did say that, Ida, and thank you.
I told you yesterday he
She did.
moved back to Manchester.
She
Yeah,
did.
he believe you.
She was very, very, very clear about that.
Yeah, and that was the question we already answered. So, guys, girls, it's been a great show. We are 1 hour 45 minutes into the show. 100 people watching at the moment on X and YouTube. If you haven't, please do us a favor, smash the like and subscribe if this is your first time on the Tactical Devils. I will be back tomorrow night with a match reaction. I don't know if Stu is around, but maybe he will jump on if possible, but no promises.
Well, my problem is the boots are making their debut, by the way, tomorrow night, mate. Those ones that I showed you last night are making the debut. I've been trying to wear them around the house today just to get a little bit of. So they're going to make their debut tomorrow, but I don't know what time I'm going to get back, and I don't know how much of the game I'm going to be able to see. So I might not be in a use anyway if I'm back in time. So can it be fluid, if you don't mind?
Say again.
Can it be fluid? If I'm back early enough, then and I'm back on time.
Yeah. You know, I don't know when the game is done by 10.
15:15. Yes, so I should be. I should make it back for 10. But I'll be winging it, by the way, everybody. And I know you're all going to say I wing it anyway.
Okay. You know, you can be here like my support, and I can tell you about the game.
Yeah, you tell me about it.
You can give me your insights.
Yeah, I can hear the devilish tacticos saying now, "Watch news, Stu. You wing it all the time anyway." You don't know what you're talking about half the time, so don't worry about it.
So. Stephanie comes in and say Turf Moor will be wet, wild, windy, and freezing.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I've seen some pictures. A friend sent me. It's snowing in the UK.
I showed you deep snow.
You showed me. Boombaye sent me pictures. You know,
was Boombaye's only thicker than mine. I sent Jarvis a video. I was in a supermarket car park, and I showed Jarvis a video, and I heard his laughter from Norway. He thought it was hilarious that you call that snow.
That's just snow. Like, you know, it's fluff. Like this
is snow. We get that on a normal frosty morning. Jarvis, it was quite funny, wasn't it? Quite funny.
But you know, Stephanie comes in and says Shay Lacey might get a debut tomorrow. So I would love to see Shay Lacey get his debut and play. So yeah, guys, a lot of people are shouting for the likes. Let's get to 60 likes. Please. That would be great. Now, I know it's a slow Tuesday night. Nothing much to talk about. The Ole thing has been done to death, but we had to talk about Ole in the beginning of the show. So if you didn't catch it, go back and watch, and you will have my opinion and Stu's opinion on Ole. So, and you also can see me singing Ole at the wheel. I think I will edit it out in an hour's time, so you have to go back right away.
I think YouTube are going to edit it out straight away.
Yeah, I think if the channel will be banned for life, you know, it's done. This is our last show. But, you know, it's been a brilliant show. I want to thank the Primat, Raven Strip, Stephanie, Jarleman, mean Will. Big up, Will. Good to see you. Bilal, I am Titanium. Yeah. We have Daz, End the Madness, King Solbo. All of you guys, you know, it's been a brilliant show, and you know, I really enjoyed this show. It was like a slow-paced show, just Stu and I sitting here talking rubbish as we always do. But you know, today was a little bit more laid back, and I enjoyed it. How many likes are we on, Stu?
I don't know. You caught me out. You've caught me out. You always catch me out. I'll tell you.
That's what I'm trying to do.
You've worked. It's worked. It's worked.
60 likes.
So looking forward to getting back to a 7-a-side tomorrow night. Mega excited, like a baby. Got my kit ready already for tomorrow. It's pathetic.
Looking forward to it, Stu. And you know, we would love to see some footage from your game. So
we don't have anyone that videos it because we're all old idiots. But
must have someone on the bench. You can bring your phone to the bench. Say, a couple of snippets for the lads.
I will ask. I'll say, whatever you do, phone me doing a cruncher. Film me doing a cruncher, and I can send it to my old mate Jarvis, and he can show it. Put the crunching tackling, leaving him on the floor.
That would be brilliant. I would love to see it.
It'd be funny as fuck, wouldn't it?
Yes. Romano, you will be the last comment for the night. Love United, hate the Glazers. Glazers out. Thank you, everybody. It's been and France, twice shy. Big up France. It's been a great show, guys. Same from the King comes in and say, love United, hate the Glazers.
Absolutely.
And the Primat also, Glazers out, Ineos out, love United, hate the Glazers. It's been a great show, guys. Thank you, everybody. We will be back. I will be back at least tomorrow night with the match reaction.
I hope to join you, even if it's only for 10 minutes or whatever. I hope to join you.
Yes, it will be a great show. So,
can we redirect to Nuruddin? Apparently, King's Lobo said he must be live.
Then you have to give me do a couple of more comments before.
We have. Let's have a look. The old guy can officially. The United Strand can officially cut his hair. Absolutely, if we get those wins. Jeremy Beadle's about. Dear God, I hope not. It'd have to be watching me play football. Christ. I'm wondering if Stu played the wrong sport. Rugby is more for him. No, we never did rugby at my school, Yala. But I would love to I'd love to play rugby. Yeah, absolutely.
By the way, we're talking about Glazers out. I will redirect you to Nuruddin's show, and it says his title of the show is The Ineos Vanity Project Done, but the fans are too cowardly. Burnley versus Man United preview. So, guys,
about
no hassle.
We want to support Nuruddin. Nuruddin's a big supporter of us.
Yeah,
so we want to support Nuruddin. We support all channels.
So let him know. Tactical Devils raid in the live chat. Guys, girls, have a good one, and we will see you on the next one. Bye bye.